When a mobile suit fulfills its duty on the battlefield and is eventually outclassed by newer, more advanced models, factions in the Gundam universe tend to have three choices: recycle it into a newer machine, give it a purpose off the battlefield, or move it from the front lines to serve in rear line duties. Today, we're going to explore 5 mobile suits that were once meant for the battlefield and are now serving an entirely different role. The MS-06 Zaku was the backbone of Zeon's mobile suit force during the One-Year War in 0079. It was deployed in overwhelming numbers and fought in every major battle during the war. By the end of the war, the MS-06 had become outdated, unable to match the latest mobile suits. But instead of being scrapped entirely, Zeon sold a large number of these Zakus to the colonies like Side 6, giving these once feared machines a second life. Once the colonies acquired a surplus of Zakus, most of them underwent extensive modifications. Their combat installer devices were removed to ensure they could never take up arms. Stripped of their ability to fight, these Zakus now found a new purpose, serving in construction, heavy labor, and everyday civilian work. For, most of the time. But I mean, being inside of a giant machine, can you really blame them? But among these modified Zakus, the most notable was the MS-06 SSP Police Zaku. Unlike the others, it retained its combat installer device, allowing it to act with authority when enforcing the law, especially during illegal clan battles, where civilians managed to locate and illegally reinstall the combat system. This lets them wield weapons like the Hizack and rifles, changing their Zaku's calm blue civilian eyes to a menacing combat pink. The police Zaku can retain all the weapons of what the original Zaku can use. However, the police Zaku includes an electric baton, and the purpose of it is to incapacitate mobile suits with an electrical shock. Although Zeon selling the surplus of Zakus was meant to be a gesture of goodwill, Side 6 took it with caution rather than gratitude. Concerned about Zeon's growing influence, the colony reorganized its Coast Guard into a new branch known as the Armored Riot Police. To support this effort, several Zakus were converted into specialized police variants mobile suits designed not for maintaining order, but safeguarding Side 6 autonomy. Among these, a select few were further enhanced into the Armored RRU type, deployed exclusively by Side 6 Elite Special Forces. Compared to the standard police Zaku, the Armored RRU type featured extensive upgrades to handle high-risk operations. Its armor plating was reinforced to withstand heavier fire, and its head unit was redesigned for the expanded sensor arrays for greater situational awareness. The shoulder-mounted sirens of the earlier models was removed, and its primary weapon was now an upgraded long-barrel variant of the 120mm machine gun. For enhanced mobility, it can also be equipped with a high-mobility booster pack, a modular system with extra fuel and thrusters, allowing quick deployment across both space and colony interiors. Although it should be noted, it's just an upgraded Zaku. When Zaf's more advanced mobile suits like the Gui's line and the Zaku Warrior entered into service, the Ginn, once dependable general-purpose unit, began to lose its place. Developed from the Proto-Ginn, it had long admired for its versatility, equipped with a standard MA M3 heavy blade and a 76mm heavy assault machine gun. Along with the hardpoints that allowed for missile pods and additional weapon systems, eventually the design itself was not able to keep up with the pace of the evolving battlefield, so the Ginn was gradually phased out from frontline service. That's when the Junk Guild stepped in. Seeing potential in these new obsolete machines, using the Ginn's durable frame as a foundation, they re-engineered it into a labor-type mobile suit, known as the Works Ginn. These converted models replaced weapons with tools, adding utility arms, wrenches, and obstacle trains for ground operations. No longer the mainstay unit of Zaf, the Work Ginn became a machine of reconstruction. They helped maintain plants, repairing ships, and assisting in further recovery across the cosmic era. In the hands of the Junk Guild, the Ginn's legacy lived on. not as a warrior, but as a worker. However, when the moment demands it, these units can still be equipped with a modified version of the linear gun, once mounted on the Mobius, reconfigured for handheld use by mobile suits. From a symbol of Zav's early military might, the Ginn's transformation into a work-gen stands as proof that its steel frame can still serve humanity, just under a different banner. Before the Griff's conflict, when the Titans and the Earth Federation began introducing newer, more advanced mobile suits, the RMS-106 Hizack, once the cornerstone of the Titans' forces, began to fall out of favor. After the fall of the Titans, the Federation sought to distance themselves from the group's brutal legacy, retiring or scrapping many of their mobile suits. The Hizack, despite its proven design, became an unfortunate casualty of that purge. Rather than let them rust away in storage, several units were retrofitted for civilian use as the RMS-116H Hobby Hizack. Based on the Hizack, the Hobby Hizack was a civilian-use variant created from surplus units once filled by the Titans. Rather than scrapping all of them, several of them were either sent to the Republic of Zeon or retrofitted for civilian use. Stripped of their weapons and combat sensors, and fitted with lighter armor for safety, despite this demilitarization, Hobby Hizacks retained the speed and movability of his military counterpart, earning a reputation as a sports-type mobile suit among private collectors and enthusiasts. Versatility didn't go unnoticed. Neo-Zeon pilot Ginn once operated a Hobby Hizack, using it to infiltrate a colony at Side 1 to retrieve Star Azrael and Quest. Ginn once again used a Hobby Hizack, but this time to train Crest on how to handle mobile suits during operations. By the early UC-100s, the Earth Federation needed a reliable, easy-to-use mobile suit for its ground forces. Introducing the RGM-119 James Gun, a simple, durable successor to the RGM-109 Heavy Gun. Mass-produced and built for longevity, the James Gun became a mainstay of the Federation forces. When the RGM-122 Javelin was introduced, it shared many components and design elements with the James Gun, leading many to consider the two brother suits. Its straightforward design made it easy to operate, maintain, and adapt, ensuring the James Gun's place in the Federation's ranks for decades. The James Gun first saw action against the Jupiter Empire, though its performance against the Empire's mass-produced mobile suit was mixed at best. Elite units like the Death Gal team proved excessively deadly, destroying multiple Earth Federation bases despite James Gunn's deployments. At the onset of the One-Year War, the Earth Federation did not take mobile suits' threats seriously. At least not until the Zeon MS-06 Zaku 2 forces completely outmaneuvered and devastated the Earth Federation forces. Scrambling to respond, the Earth Federation rushed to develop mobile weapons on its own. But with the RX project still in test stages, as well as the RGM-79 Gem not yet in the picture, a stopgap was still needed. Thus, in June of UC-0079, the SP-W03 was reborn as the RB-79 Ball. Roughly 1,200 civilian pods were converted into combat units. Each was fitted with heavier armor and a 180mm low-recoil cannon mounted above the cockpit. Its propulsion systems relied on a direct solid fuel thruster, giving it sharp bursts of movement ideal for quick repositioning in battle. Although often called a mobile coffin by its pilots, the Ball statistics told a different story. It was smaller, faster, and even had a longer sensor range than the Zeon's old machines, including the Zaku 2. In coordinated strikes, the Ball even served as fire support for the gym teams. One of the most critical battles involving the Ball came during Operation Star 1, a massive Earth Federation offensive aimed at driving Zeon forces from Earth after the Federation gained the upper hand after the Battle of Odessa. With the RGM-79 Gem still not ready for mass deployment, over 1,000 Balls were pressed into service alongside Salamence and Magellan-class warships. Causing only a quarter of what it took to produce a single gem, the ball could be built very quickly and in overwhelming numbers. Their sheer volume helped turn the tide, overwhelming Zeon fleets and forcing a retreat, but at a terrible price. Countless balls were destroyed of one of the war's most brutal battles, earning the machine its grim nickname. Even after mass deployments of the RGM-79 Ginn, the ball continued to see frontline duty. Over time, however, it was gradually pushed into a support role, assisting Ginn units and other mobile suits until newer, more advanced models were introduced. By UC0084, variants of the ball were still active during the Delos incident. Rather than engaging directly on the battlefield, these units were strictly assigned to support, as such as maintaining and operating the solar ray system. And that concludes our video for today. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button as well as comment as well. And if I earned you guys a subscription, please hit the subscribe button. Go well, my fellow engineers. While still providing reliable support on the battlefield. Once a frontline unit during the 1-year war, to later on to do support roles, the ball proved its worth on the battlefield.